It's insanely cold today, which makes it really hard to work out in the shop. And I'm going to try to do it anyway, because I got the day off, and I want to get things done. So this thermometer says it's 50, but that's just because the sun's shining on it. That way ain't true. What I'm going to do today is this. I went to all the trouble the other day to cut these wrenches and make these little radiator rod hangers. The more I look at them, the more I don't like them. Nothing wrong with them. It's just that I'm thinking that if I took them loose from here and actually ran the rod right into this hole, it would get them down a little lower and out of your eyesight, so that your eye would kind of drift more toward the motor and away from these rods that are kind of sticking up a little bit. So cold as it is, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to see if I can't reattach those and run them right into the firewall and do away with those little wrenches there, and then we'll see how that looks. Okay, I've made the change and I already like it better. If you look, that one over there has the wrench in place, which makes it stick up a little bit over the cowl. This cowl has actually a nice shape. It's kind of nice and rounded off. I actually like the looks. I like the looks. One of the things I like about this car is the way that cowl is shaped, and the way it has this little section that sort of comes down here and comes out at an angle. I just like the looks of that. Later I'm going to clean all this junk off of here. But by doing away with the wrenches, I brought this down a little lower, which actually helps it when it gets over here to the oil spout, because before I had to kind of pull on it a little bit to get the oil spout off, but now it's not close, it's not touching. It's got a little bit more forward pressure on the radiator, which I want, because if you think about it, you put 2 or 3 gallons of water in something that's standing up like a tombstone, you take off, kick it hard, it's going to try to come back into that fan. So the whole point of having these rods is to keep that from happening. And by getting them a little lower, it just kind of lowers makes the whole car look a little lower in the front, which is what you want. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today on this frigid day, and happy with the looks of it so far. Okay, there it is. It's done on both sides, and yes, I absolutely do like this better. It's just, to me, it's a much nicer look. I've got an air cleaner coming to go on that carburetor, and I think that's going to help the looks of it some too. It'll get that breather should sit at least as high as the top of the radiator shell, if not a tad higher, which would be good. But I so much like these things, they kind of disappear into the coil now instead of having those wrenches which drag your eye away.